Once upon a time, there lived an alien named Walter. His home planet was called Martius 5, and he had never left his solar system before. One day, while exploring the outer reaches of their galaxy, Walter's spaceship stumbled across our tiny blue marble, Earth. Curious about this new world, Walter decided to land on our humble planet and investigate further. As his ship touched down in a grassy field near an abandoned farmhouse, he stepped out onto the soft ground for the first time ever. The air smelled different than anything he had experienced before. It was filled with oxygen instead of carbon dioxide like back home. Walter walked around curiously, examining all sorts of flora and fauna that were completely foreign to him. Tall green trees swaying gently in the breeze, small, furry animals scurrying about underfoot, colorful flowers growing alongside meandering streams. He even found some strange creatures called humans who seemed fascinated by his presence. As Walter continued exploring Earth, he came across a town nestled atop a hill overlooking lush green hillsides. Intrigued by this picturesque scene, he decided to take a closer look at what life was like on our planet. He wandered through the streets, admiring all sorts of strange architecture and vehicles. Cars, buses, even airplanes. One day, while wandering around town, Walter stumbled upon an old-fashioned bowling alley called Jack Rabbit's Lanes. Inside, he found himself drawn to a game that seemed simple but strangely compelling. 10 pins stood at one end of the lane while another player rolled a ball down towards them with hopes of knocking all their opponents over. After watching several games being played by both young and old alike, Walter decided he wanted in on the action too. He approached one group who were just finishing up their match, asking if they would allow him to join them for his first ever game of bowling on Earth. They agreed wholeheartedly. After all, why not teach an extraterrestrial a thing or two about our favorite pastime? So Walter stepped onto the lanes and picked up his first ever bowling ball. He watched intently as it rolled down towards the pins, striking them with tremendous force. The other players cheered loudly at this display of strength from their newfound friend. Little did they know that Walter had been practicing on Martius 5 for centuries, just waiting for an opportunity like this to show off his skills. With each successive turn, Walter became more confident in his abilities. Before long, he was knocking down pins left and right with incredible accuracy. The people of Earth were amazed at what they witnessed that day. A visit from an alien who could play their favorite game better than anyone else. And so it came to pass that Walter the space traveler spent many happy years exploring our planet, making friends along the way, and teaching them all about life on Martius 5. He even returned home with tales of his adventures, which inspired a whole new generation of Martians eager for their own chance at intergalactic exploration. And so ends this story, one that will live on in the hearts and minds of Earthlings forevermore, as an example of how we can come together across vast distances if only given enough time and patience.